All aboard, welcome aboard, and welcome back. It's got Max Chaos Day here on Saturday on How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. I'm Kelly Jack, the gaming persona for the Diver Rex channel. Yes, the frog is trying to creep back into my voice, but I've just given up on that. So we've lost production on the E44 car. Not that it matters, we weren't using it. We did get our guy into the depot, and it's time to take a look at him and see what we can do. So the Border Brent oiler does need to take and be upgraded. We need to take and put a better locomotive at the front. And we've been pretty much going with just SDs. Still get that same power. Does change that. I mean, these guys were cheaper. That was only $9.60 versus the 1109, but we can stick two more cars, if I remember right. Append. And stay above 90. And I'm good with that. Matter of fact, I think I can get, yes. But I think he's going to hang out, so we're not going to. So that added two more cars. Gave us a total of 6 cars now instead of 4. Start him back out onto the line, and that should be good. And we can go to sell and get rid of that guy there. Close out. Now, we did say we were going to start doing more service into the airport here, and I need to reserve some space to create that chaos. And it's going to take a little bit. This here's for the dispatch line that we know we need for doing this. And it's time. We're going to take and start here. Because we're going to take and do well, let's go to passengers, trains, and we're looking for anything with Renden in it. He's using that platform. And what else did we have, Renden? The blunderbuss is using that platform. So these two, so the wings are available. Well, the best thing to do is always, we got to make certain we have a chaotic kick out. And a chaotic kick out requires a good chaos takeoff. So we can close line management for a moment. Get this boy up into the air. And realize that he's actually going to have to go up higher than we wanted, probably. All right, let's see what we can do here. Kick those trains over like that. Yes, we're going to have to do a tunnel out for this guy. And this one here eventually. And then this guy here is going to have to figure out how he's getting out. So it's going to be chaos for a bit. And max chaos is what we do best here at this one. Now, I said I wanted to take this train somewhere special. And I do. I want to get this train over to Ashwell. So we're going to take a look at Ashwell. Look for a good spot. I think right here is going to be a great spot to take and build us a, whoa, we don't need those tracks. Heck no. We do not need train tracks that are going to cost us 64 bucks a month. And he's going to be the outside line. Yeah. Because this guy's going to have to go the other direction. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, and then we want to get up here and kind of serve these guys. With this, because that'll drive some business, and that's what we're really after here, is driving of the business. Blowing by Pauling Field and trying to get over here to here. Perfect. There we go. It's a nice straight run. And now we got to get over the road. And you know what? It ain't chaos unless we're doing it the wrong way. There we go. Do our quicks. Dig the tunnel. A little deeper than we normally go. Come out of the tunnel, climb up. Make certain it is connected through the tunnel by upgrading the rail at this point. Get our station in here to catch these guys. And then into our station here, where we're going to have one good station piece initially. And then we need a road bus up here to function as Ashwell Station. And we're going to change a bus's route here. So if we talk to this guy right there, go to the Ashwell Main West short bus, and we need to talk to your schedule. So after inner and in between inner and downtown, we need to insert a stop here, and then same thing on the return trip. So now he's going to take and be doing some weird things. Starting over his run, unfortunately. Which means a little bit of a downtime, but that's going to get us a much better setup long term. Because now we're going to have the Ashwell Station tied in, and that will get us some more money. So we'll come back out here. How did we do our tie-in? We don't. Where's that? There it is. So we need to take and fire over a tie-in line to dispatch him off of. And I'm going to kind of do this. Dig him down. Do my slopage coming out. Fast hard turn to get down to here where we can have our slopage line. Never have done a tunnel except for at an actual spot before. So this should promise to be weird as all get out. So we got our dispatch line set up there. Could have kicked off with one of these up here too. But I like this. Let's go ahead and dispatch that train. So we're going to take and send a high speed this time. And this is going to be a total of 280 passengers, because I have a feeling this is going to take off. So we're coming from here, headed to here, stopping there, turning back around to go back. At the aerodrome, I would like a 50% load, but I'll settle for a 33 initially. And at Ashwell Station, I would like a 10% load initially. Send him to Renden first. Make certain you highlight back to whenever you change one of these. Go back to whichever station you want to start at. Highlight that so that it knows that's where it's going to first. Oops, forgot the most important part. The Ravener. Coming up with names is hard. All right, and then what else can we take and punt out from there? Well, you know, another spot that people in Renden want to go to is easy to find out. So first off, let's find Town Hall. Where's Town Hall been moved to now? Wow. There's Town Hall. Highlight Town Hall. Can't close any of my graphics. Folks in Renden seem to want to go Oldmouth, which we've already got. Well, that's interesting. They want to go to there. They don't seem to want to go all the way over to Pineville and Barcrux, but I think we're going to give them a Barcrux train. So, the Barcrux train is going to be a snoozy. I'm just not doing too good at all with my aims here. Before you go saying I'm getting crazy, I am, but we knew that was going to happen. I need to do something fancy here. This is a trick to save on bridge spacing, or at least to make it look like a more logical bridge. So instead of coming down and back up or having to do a long bridge, I do that. And it messes with things too. Because it's going to make it so I can't do a lot of the things I kind of would like to do coming out of this station. And the Barcrux Raider, well, he's going to be much more fun. begin with, where do the people for the logging woods come from? Ashwell, Springmouth, Paulingfield. So those can all be served by a double out. And it causes chaos to slow him down to do that. Okay. There we go. Hop a bridge over that. And then we need to take and do a bridge there with a raise for a ways. And now it's time to head down to Barcrux. Because I knew this was not going to be an easy get out of town free trap. And there's some bridge spot, nice. And because we like to take and do things the funky way, we'll leave that mistake for now. Get him through, pull him up and out. Climbing up, where did we cross? There he is. Now I can get him over this way so that I can find him. Do a bridge there. Diving into a tunnel. Don't normally like that steep of a play, but this might just work. There we go. And then we're going to put a new station here for Renchester. Extend his road on out to it and put a bus station onto it. Make certain we've got a 3 long but a wide. Do the fancy station at Baringcross, Barcrux. And we can even do something more fun and launch him from the other side because we've got that right here. I think that's a great speed to run at. decided we wanted to take and serve the logging yard just for giggles. Make that a 50% takeoff. Come on in. Whoa, so we've got to separate him here. Tell him he's taking that route for now. This route out. Just to make certain until I finish fixing that. And then to Winchester. And back at the aerodome, we can also do a 50% load. Actually, Baringcross, to get him started, I'm going to let him go with just a 20% load. The crossmap Crusader. What do you mean you cannot start? Oh. Have to have the fourth car. Okay. Actually, I've got a better idea. You. Go back to depot. This thing has a passenger car set up into it, which I can take and play with, and I haven't. So let's do that. So we're going to sell you two guys back, put you down for a moment, put you in, then one of you. Now start him. He starts. Now we can go to sell and get rid of these guys. Get back over here to where the train line slows. And before he gets over here, let's get him sped up. Put the signal in between on that spot. Take out that one and that one. And now he's got his high speed in and out. And as I've assigned lines to him, I've tagged him up. There we go. Fix the last of the high speed, low speeds. And we're off to the races, people. That's a pretty good video. We've sent it out. Let's go ahead and call it here. So we've got two more chaotic sort of lines started and starting to create more chaos with the way the endpoints are going to be and how to service them. So it's going to get to be fun. Don't know if it's going to be your definition of fun. Probably won't be mine either. But it will be chaotic. So in the interim, as I smooth out as we close out the game or the episode, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Feel free to give a shout out, whatever you want to do to support the channel. Share, like, comment. I will answer comments if I see them in time. If I don't see them in time or if I'm too out of it, just remember I'm old. And yes, technically I do qualify for being called a boomer. But I also qualify as the lead element of Gen X, so be careful about that. All right, we got him looking pretty good. Just a little bit more cleanup right here at this tunnel. We said we were going to leave this mistake so that we can use him for something else down the road, and we will. This has been Max Chaos. I'm Kelly Jack. Have a better day than I'm having. And this has been episode 30. 30.